All right, here we go. We have a huge event unfolding right now in Idaho. We have been talking about this narrative that has been set about sleeper cells, about something happening. And here we go in Idaho. We have an active shooter during a wildfire situation where firefighters were taken out. Sadly, two are deceased at this moment. And right now, it is just a complete war zone, it seems like. Where we can see Dan Bongino has said that they have assets heading to the scene in Idaho to provide tactical and operational support. Now, we also have the Idaho sheriff announcing that anyone in the area who is capable should take out this individual. Officers are still actively taking sniper fire from atop of the mountain near this area. Now, apparently, we also have a Black Hawk chopper appearing to be heading to this active scene. Now, I found this educational post on X, but sadly, I had to crop out the guy's name because it would be offensive here on TikTok. But his name was plain plus a 3-letter offensive word. I'll let you try to figure that out. But again, assuming that this information is, true, so I will just say speculation. Allegedly, we have a county sheriff's office helo up, and we also have a private registry, both flying search patterns around the area. Where this guy then goes on to proceed to give his own commentary, so take it with a grain of salt. But if these guys have not been spotted by thermals already, it's either interference from the fire or a very good hide site, or his perch has excellent terrain cover so they can't close on him, and or suppression is ineffective. So he's just saying that the reason why they can't find him is because something else is going on, but time will tell. But as we can see right here, none of this is good. Because as we see, people are already feeding into the narrative that has been laid for literally weeks now that I have been talking about. But as we can see right here, sleeper cells, Black Ops, Idaho. Several firefighters and law enforcement officers are taking fire, possibly one additional victim. The Life Flight Network is sending all available helicopters. So as we can see right here, people are already pre-assuming that this is one of those sleeper cells. As we continue to see stuff like this right here from Communism Survivor. A few months ago, a well-connected source told me that Middle East terrorists ushered in by the Biden administration, there you go, there's a scapegoat, the problem reaction solution, were plotting a plan targeting emergency workers. And if that was not enough, right here we have a little fun fact that this area in Idaho is where a self-radicalized teen pledging allegiance to a specific organization in the Middle East was arrested last year while planning to take out Christians. Well, I'm not sure about you guys, but I find the timing of that very interesting with this happening a couple days ago. Now, please understand, I'm not trying to fearmonger here, so please take a deep breath. I'm just trying to present information to you guys. But with the narrative being laid out, which I have been talking about for quite a bit now, we have news stories like this right here. It sure kind of seems like sleeper cells are starting to not sleep anymore. Where we also have a good post right here from Mike Honcho saying how there is currently an incident taking place in Idaho being labeled a terrorist attack. Now, in his opinion right here, he is saying how he believes that this event could possibly push for the advancement and integration of drones for first responders powered by a specific company that is working with other organizations that I cannot say here because the last time I did, my account got banned. And he brings receipts making it make sense, where he shows this HR Bill 8416, where it's Drones for First Responders Act. Now, also not to mention this educational post right here from SK Double Dub, talking about how everyone paying attention to this stuff going on in Idaho, there was direction given by terrorists to their radicalized followers, directing them to commit arson, and this is one of their tactics. Then goes on to say how there was guidance given directly from the Office of Director of National Intelligence's Counterterrorism Center to first responders, as we can see right here coming from their official website, which is all about mitigating the threat of terrorist initiated arson attacks on wildland urban interface areas, which is exactly what we are seeing right now, where we have multiple 3-letter alphabet agencies getting involved. And of course, on top of the narrative with the Iranian sleeper cells, we had this coincidentally coming out earlier today, June 29th, about Iran's Grand Ayatollah Mekrim Shirazi. He issues a fatwa. I, again, don't know how to pronounce it, but it's pretty much a decree, a ruling calling Muslims around the world to team up against Mr. Golden Dawn and others, declaring them enemies of God. And of course, I know that I sound like a broken record by now. All my videos talking about the narrative and bringing up different news stories going on where the narrative is being set, it is being laid, and now we continue to see that narrative build. And it's just wild to see everything kind of just play out right in front of our eyes. So, with that all being said, this is the information I have at the moment. I will continue to try to give you guys updates when I see new information. But again, I just want you guys to remember to take everything with a grain of salt. Take a step back, look at the bigger picture, pray for discernment, pray for wisdom, and understand that propaganda goes both ways. We are constantly bombarded with different operations, different just warfare, truly mental warfare of our mind, where it's just so hard to even tell what's going on, so much confusion and chaos, the order out of chaos. And that's what we are witnessing right now. It's just interesting timing, guys. I'm not sure if you guys know about Russ Dizdar. He has some good information about these types of sleeper cells, spiritually speaking, and the things that are going to come during these end times. So, with that, we need to be armored up as children of God, resting in our identity, looking unto Him, for He is truly the author and the perfecter of our faith, and walking by faith and not by sight. So, please do not allow this information to cause any fear, any anxiety, any stress. It's just information. I'm just presenting it to you guys. Take it to the Lord, but most importantly, rest in His word, rest in His truth, and continue to follow Him by faith. With that being said, guys, I love you all so much. God bless. Remember, the just shall live by faith.